Namaste, my niggas, and welcome back to Unfamiliar. It's Nay,
Tony Love,
Stevie T.
We have
Stevie T on everything.
Some rogue talk for y'all motherfucking asses today. We're gonna make it short and sweet. Let's jump right in. What you thinking?
let's talk about hotels.
All right, we've been meaning to cover
first.
Jasmine Sullivan. Goddamn, let's give her a round of applause. Kudos, encore.
That's the fuck right, bitch.
Worth the wait.
Okay.
I really like it. And I will say that I can relate a lot. Y'all seen the last podcast. Y'all know what I'm going through. So hotels, I decided to make a Shanae's tale this weekend.
Okay.
Don't be trying so much.
What that mean?
Sorry about that. I tried to get them in the picture. That's
A whole bitch. Nay's fucking up today. She done broke my damn plan.
It
No.
was withering.
No, he wasn't withering.
That piece was
That's fine. We're
withering.
gonna talk about this off camera. Bitch, you know, not disrespect me and my place
He
today.
was withering.
Oh, he was with her.
No, the fuck he
No, he
wasn't.
wasn't.
No, bitch. You
Are
know.
you sure it ain't one of these?
It's not. And it's the fuck the not.
Y'all,
Okay.
moving on.
Excuse me, my plants are black and we just really are just hurt. Okay, it's okay. Let's move on. Hotels, it's Shanae's Tales.
I'm sorry about this
What
play.
happened to Shanae's sales? What happened?
Okay, well, y'all know it's my bitch birthday weekend. I went bowling at Bolero in Annandale. Shout out to the DMV. It was lit. Thanks to all my friends and everybody who came out and supported me. Thanks to my crew for taking me out to brunch today. We had a bomb ass morning. And hotels, we just been jamming to it all afternoon as well. Just Jasmine is in her bag right now. Can we just...
Always. I mean, her voice is just anointed. It's just so oily.
Anointed.
It's
just-
perfect. It's
really
perfect.
is.
I fucking love Jasmine. I love Jasmine.
Same.
So
And I
much.
love the fact that she's like our age.
Yes.
Like, and she has like this voice.
Give me
like,
something to fucking relate to.
Exactly.
Yes, and we needed
Her
that
talent
content
is just
right now.
above and beyond. Brandy could eat it up like that, but she doesn't make that kind of content. Like,
First of all, Brandy
Brandy-
isn't gonna say anything that her daughter could possibly find negative.
Yeah, but still, like,
old
not
ass
only
even
that,
if she
her
wasn't
whole
talking
life-
about hotels, but just like even if she was just talking
She
about
doesn't.
like
Yeah.
just regular love songs, but there
lifestyles
was
are
more
different.
soulful.
I mean, Pick Up Your Feelings is a bomb ass record.
Yes,
that
exactly.
Jasmine could have wrote for Brandy.
Period.
Well, I know Brandy
Exactly.
writes her own music too. Brandy's an Aquarius, so I relate to her.
Brandy
I
is
love
a
her
legend.
music. I love her music.
1,000%.
Brandy is a
Brandy-
legend, but I do want Brandy
And
to...
she ate Monica up in the verses. So
Well,
let's just
I mean,
keep it.
that's easy.
I think Brandy's a legend, and I don't want to come off as a hater because I love me some Brandy, but I want her to show us who she is age-wise in interviews and like songs.
I just want her to give us more, like better
Give me
music.
something more. Your fans are grown now. Give us grown-ass music.
Give us
She's
grown-ass
giving us
music.
grown-ass music that we're not tuned into because she has no content to back it up. She's not on social media. We're not engaging with her.
She is on social
right
media.
now. She is, but she's not giving us the content that we need
She's
to
giving us
engage
India
with her.
Irie, and we don't want to see her
And-
in India Irie right now because we're not there at that stage.
Exactly.
wow.
We're at the Jasmine
India.
Sullivan stage. That's what she's giving.
But
Yeah.
India can give India, and it works.
I would
Brandy
take India
can't
Irie
give
at
it
any
India.
age.
Brandy's in her 40s, and I'm not, so I get that she's a little bit older than us, but nonetheless, like
She also killed
she
a
always
person.
gives us like a hobo
We
chic
won't be
vibe.
talking
No,
about
because I think
Like,
Brandy
that's
went
why I
through.
think
We
No.
will not be talking
I
about
Yes, we
separate
will,
that
because if we're gonna bring up Brandy in this
100%.
Jasmine Sullivan conversation, let's just say why Brandy isn't where she could be. Because she's a great actress, a great vocalist. She made great music, and she's dropped some pretty good recent music. But it's not when we're not engaging with her because of her content, and I think she's been through some mental issues because of her experiences in life. They've been very poor.
I think Brandy is not where she wants to be because she lied in that fucking VH1 thing.
I think she's exactly.
like,
What did she
At
lie
this point, I think
about?
she's where she wants to be. She just
Everything.
has she's not where I want her to be, but I think
Oh,
she
no.
is where she wants to be. Honestly, I
And
think
they
she
found
enjoys
out.
being in the cut. That's
She
what I
does, and
It's an
I
Aquarius
respect that, but I
still.
also think that it's because she lied in that show that she had with VH1.
That's what fucked. That's
I
what
don't
fucked her up
remember
at
that
first.
show.
She
and what
lied. She
was
said
in.
she was married to the producer. That's her baby father, but she's not married or whatever.
And then
Because
they
it was like
found
outside her
out
image.
while
She'd be
they
like-
were filming,
But
Yeah.
why? That's what I'm
and then
saying.
they just stopped filming everything.
her poor
Weird. It was
choices
bad.
and experiences.
She could have yandied that shit. She
It was
could have
bad.
yandied that.
But that was before
She
that,
does
like
give me Yandy vibes. That's weird.
That was before that lane really existed to, like,
Yandy
you know,
did.
like-
She wasn't really married.
to course correct on like a serious issue. I think that was before that lane really existed. You know what I'm saying? So like,
it was
reality was supposed to be reality like at that time. So like I think that's kind of how it was like. It was shot like True Life. If you ever saw the documentary, it was filmed like True Life was, and not like Real Housewives was. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
where you have
different...
some room to clean up.
Exactly. Where you can make like a storyline inside of your reality. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like, so.
I agree with that. But back to Jasmine, I think we need to just give her flowers in her own right.
Roses
because
and everything now.
All that. Because at the end of the day, Jasmine
you.
seems to have gone through some mental things as well over the course of her being out and putting out music. She definitely came out with like music that was like at her most vulnerable moments, it seemed. It seemed that she wrote music that was very vulnerable and about poor relationships or whatever. Even in her interviews, she comes off very authentic, talking about her previous relationships and going through abuse and things like that. So, yeah, I think
shout out to Jasmine.
I'm glad she's in her bag and back, and people are new fans. She's getting new fans off of this kind of vibe. I love that.
Yeah, people that were too young last time when she had like reality show out. People that were too young at that time to really understand anything are now like tapping into that. Exactly. I've been waiting for it because Jasmine
got bops on bops on bops on bops on bops. Like
Definitely.
endless bops, like all the way back from album 1. Every album had at least 2-3 bops on it that went to the radio that everybody knows the words to, and that I don't think she ever got her roses up until now. I think she is getting her roses now, and I
that's
do love that.
singing the national anthem tonight.
Yes, y'all motherfucking better watch it.
Yes, we love Jasmine, and
At the big game.
Love doing a Black Excellence segment.
You gotta block out.
What?
I blocked that out.
We're not gonna even say it. Big game.
He already did.
Oh, it's okay.
The big game. It's okay. That's what editing is for. It's cool. So Jasmine, we love you. We appreciate you. We love this good music that you're putting out.
Yes.
Speaking of music.
Yeah. What?
I was going Danny Lee, but since you brought it up, which y'all want to tackle Danny Lee first, or y'all want to tackle?
No, let's get into. Can you play the Danny Lee song and we'll mute it? We'll mute it. You need to play it. He hasn't heard it.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Stevie T has not heard this trash. Light skin is what he want. Light skin is what he want.
Is it even still up?
Light skin
what's
is what he want.
What's it called?
He had to switch.
Hey, ma'am, what's it called?
Light skin is what he want.
Oh, that's what it's called?
Shut up.
It's called What He Want.
Oh, well, this shit is not on Apple Music, so maybe she took the shit down.
Okay, YouTube. Look at that as well. I can't give these things no free pro. I mean, shout out to the YouTube because we are on YouTube, so we're gonna have to shout all out. But we need to play it.
It literally is Danny Lee Light Skin song. That's literally it.
That's what I'm saying. It was like a leaked...
Is it on YouTube? I don't think it's on YouTube.
Play it because it's just gonna be a clip of her on TikTok, which is where she debuted this trash ass song.
The Breakfast Club. And she took it off after everything.
No way.
Yes, it's not on anything. It's off. Yeah.
You need to go to Twitter. That's where it's still at, but it's all good. Y'all heard some of it. We'll let Stevie hear it. If you find it, let him hear it. It's fine, but it's very offensive music. It's like very like, okay, and then she backed it up to defend herself by saying Beyonce made brown skin girl.
Bitch, don't you ever in your life say you and Beyonce song in the same motherfucking sentence, bitch, no.
It was your song is awful, Danny.
Right, and Beyonce's song was to encourage people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, to uplift people who. I mean, it's just like I don't even know. It was definitely a direct attack at Baby's, the Baby's baby mom. I feel like it wasn't an attack at brown skin girls. I don't think she thought it all the way through, but she was definitely trying to personally attack the Baby's baby mom. And at brunch, y'all were saying how much he loved his baby mom.
Okay.
Does he? Does he?
I said that, and I think that he does. Their relationship.
Okay.
Please wait.
Also, look at the visual, because that also adds to this. So let me just give my little 2 cents about Danny Lee now. Danny Lee.
I
don't care.
Fuck her,
she's
but
a beautiful girl. I'm not gonna. That doesn't.
she's Dominican, not yellow bone.
Let me go ahead and finish. Thank you. So she's a beautiful girl. Not gonna take that away from her. But one, to make this colorist song, one, as a get back to your boyfriend's baby mother is trash. Two, to make this colorist song with a blonde wig on when you already look white. Okay. Three, all of her music is trash to me. I don't like any of it. I think that she has no talent as far as singing goes. She is a very talented dancer, and I will give her that. But as far as singing and music and being a musician and making art, she is not giving that for me. She's not a Jasmine Sullivan or Ari Lennox. She's not none of those things. She's not a singer.
She's not an Ariana Grande.
She's none of those. No, she's not any of those. She's not even a Cassie at this point.
Oh my God.
I don't.
Oh my God.
And I'm just being honest. I've never liked any of the music that she's ever put out, and I don't understand why people like her.
She's definitely not a Cassie, because Cassie had some bops too.
Cassie did have bops. She had good music. None of her music is good. It's all trash. It has no content. It has no lyrical value. It's just trash. And to be quite honest, sis, you could have kept that trash ass apology, because don't nobody the fuck want that. As a black, brown skinned girl, I don't want that shit. And just like I didn't want that shit you put out, and I didn't want your raggedy ass apology with I have a black boyfriend. You sound like the white girl that says, I have a black friend, girl. We don't care. We don't care, because he don't want you either. He wants his baby mama, which is why he broke up.
I don't think he want either of these bitches.
I think he does love his baby mama, but I think he's doing the same shit that niggas do.
If he wanted her, he would have her and be with her.
I think that their dynamic has been that same dynamic since they was in high school, because they are high school sweethearts.
Mm-hmm.
And they got like a few kids. And they have a beautiful family, but I just think that this is the same shit they have been doing. And let's be clear, we're in our 30s. They're in their early 20s. So
it's different.
That's what it is. It's giving childish ass shit. I can't really say nothing about that relationship, because I feel like it goes through its ups and downs and strides, and they're taking us along for the ride. So I'm not gonna
appreciate
be on that ride with y'all.
I'm gonna say this. I think Danny Lay was trying to make some music that was more like what the guys make. This sounds like something that Playboy Cardi might make, that
Don't listen to
a
that
rapper
man
boy.
either.
Okay, but for the younger folks that are listening to that, because honestly, Playboy Cardi is a producer. He was also on Solange's album and a lot of other people's albums. Tyler the Creator, he's nice with it as far as production.
Producing.
He's also on Drake's album. Okay, nice. Playboy Cardi will do some music like that, and then nobody cares. When Danny Lay makes some music like that, Playboy Cardi could have said the same exact lyrics, and it would have been taken way differently. I'm telling you.
No, if he had said light skin is what I want, bitches would have still crucified.
No, Black Twitter was Black
There's no question.
Twitter would have
Okay, you're right. But the
clear.
same style music would be considered a good
the cadence
song.
and things like that
yes.
would be considered a bop that people listen to it if a man did
Danny
it. And I'll give you that.
should not have done that type of song, because she's trying to be innovative for an R&B singer, and I'm not mad at that lane she was trying to take.
Danny Lee
that
is
was a
pop
bad
singer.
way to go.
Nothing that she's ever put out ever in her career of however many months or years that it has been.
Shut up.
Has been R&B, so
How
we
long
cannot.
has she been
Who
out?
cares? We cannot say that she's an R&B singer, because she's not. If she can't sing with Jasmine Sullivan, Ari Lennox, Ariana Grande, and Ariana Grande is not
then
pop,
we have Sabrina Claudio and fucking.
don't listen to that racist bitch either. Next, she said some racist ass shit on the internet and went on an apology tour crying and shit. I don't care. I drink your white tears with my dinner. I don't care about those either.
Sabrina, I thought she was Spanish.
Also, she's the Caucasian looking Latino person. Also, don't give a fuck. So,
but here's the thing. I think that education might be a little bit better. Maybe Danny Lay, the way she's talking, is ignorant.
Danny Lay,
as if she's not aware.
You mean you're not educated with
in
black
California? All the bitches look like Danny Lay. All the bitches look like Danny Lay. They don't know. They don't know.
No, fuck that. Fuck that shit. Fuck that shit. Education.
It's not right.
You live in Cali with mad. Y'all always want to be down in Inglewood, Compton. You talking about something you don't know what's.
So what? Okay,
what's according to black people or not?
In reference to Danny Lay and
fucking
the baby.
culture vulture. That's what Danny Lay is to me.
I agree.
Culture vulture.
But there's so many. Cardi could be considered a culture vulture.
Could be, but she black, so she ain't. She's
not
mixed.
black.
And if any ever
She's not black. She's Caribbean. Neither one of her parents
so
are black.
Caribbean people are not black. Come on, Shay.
She's of Hispanic descent. She's of Hispanic descent. But she did grow up in the culture. So I do think there's levels to this. I'm just saying, Cardi B gets a lot of passes. Also, exactly. If you're not black,
Cardi
you're not
black.
black.
I never said Cardi was black. I don't know.
She's not black.
This is retarded.
She can say nigga though.
If
she can say nigga, but if another Spanish girl
can't
say
stop.
nigga.
We have to stop. Y'all keep saying that this girl is not black, but because she's mixed and she has Caribbean heritage,
not
right?
with black. It's Hispanic Caribbean. She is more Hispanic. I'm telling you, neither one of her parents is black.
One of her parents is from, I think, is it Trinity or something like that?
I don't know.
One of her parents is from an actual island.
We need Khadijah.
We do.
I need Khadijah too.
We need you, girl.
I'm weak.
Where you at? Shit.
I just feel like if you want to downplay and say Caribbean people are you saying Caribbean people are not black?
I'm saying Cardi is of Hispanic descent. I'm not really sure
also
what part of
Caribbean
Caribbean she is. I don't know. We should Google it.
I feel as though
we should Google
when y'all go on
Cardi,
this rant of this person is not black because even though they have one of their parents is Caribbean.
I'm half black. My father is black.
One of her parents is black and she looks more Spanish that she's not black. I feel like it's like picking and choosing.
If Danny Lay was dark skinned,
she would be
Dominican.
She's still Dominican.
I feel like Dominican is black.
Okay,
she's black. She's black.
Afro-Latina.
I give you that. I retract.
Danny Lay is not Afro-Latina.
I agree.
You have people like Amara Negro. You have people like Renee.
She could be Afro-Dominican if she embraced.
But they are black.
I'm not sure.
She's not Afro-Dominican. She's no.
Cardi would not. I wouldn't consider her Afro-Latina either.
She doesn't look like it, but she is Afro-Latina.
She is Afro-Latina because one of her parents are from Trinidad. That's what I'm saying. Like y'all choose by the culture and what they look like, and who is black and who is white. And
I do choose by what they look like. I don't know if that's right or wrong.
I don't think it's fair.
But somebody might look at you and say you're not black.
Somebody might be like, well, you're not black.
People have told me that though. I don't disagree with you. I identify as black, but I can't.
You was arguing with them when they told you wasn't black.
I don't argue.
I know you said something though.
Look, I just be like, look, this is how I identify.
You said my daddy black.
This is how I identify and how I've always been treated and how I always
That's
felt.
your experience.
That's
100%.
my experience. But we know
valid.
We can't take that away from Danny Lay because she light skinned with a blonde wig on. Because we all wear blonde wigs in our culture.
You wore a blonde wig.
You don't rock blonde.
I have rocked ombre.
Motherfucker, right? You don't rock ombre blonde.
I have
wig.
rocked a
yes.
It wasn't a wig, sis. It was a weave. But
okay,
I have
but it was
it.
a fire.
It was fire.
It looked great on you.
But it was
Thank
a
you.
fire.
It was a bob
or a
Bitch, it was fuego.
It was a bob and already perfect. At already perfect, Arika, she did my hair and it was lit.
Hey,
Shout out to
Rika,
her.
because I definitely need a wig or a piece, some hair.
I don't think she do
some
wigs,
hair,
but she could definitely do your weaves.
She could get me right, and I could get the wig done.
Okay.
But my point is saying that we're taking away automatically from Danny Lay.
Nonetheless, the music was fucked up anyway. Even if she was a black girl,
the words were fucked up.
She was a black light-skinned girl.
Like,
I would have. If Mulatto would have came out with the same shit, and it wouldn't have sounded as bad as that because Mulatto songs don't sound like that. But if she'd have came out with the same shit, we would have. And he is. Never mind. He's a great producer, period.
Okay.
That's it. That's what I'm getting with that.
I'll take that.
Since he is in the industry and he does do good work, like Solange's album was fire, so if he had anything on that, then that means he's very talented. Yeah. And I won't take that from him, but what I say is he's a good producer, period. That's it.
Okay.
But, you know what I'm saying? If Mulatto would have made some shit like that, we would have, black girls,
it's about
brown
a sound.
girls,
It's about a sound.
She
put the wrong words. She put the wrong. Mulatto is
like
she looked like a white woman sometimes.
And then sometimes people bully her because of like
but
her
Mulatto
name.
is
like,
a slur. It is a
It is 100%. But like
that's why she go by Big Lotto, I think, because she's trying to sway away from mulatto, which she's been so proud of to say. And when I was younger, I used to think that mulatto was something to say.
I thought it was okay too.
Let's not act like people don't use slurs in the culture.
We use slurs every day. I think
we say nigga all the time. time.
I think I just said that earlier.
We say bitches all the time. It's a slur.
Yeah, I've said other things that I intentionally set upon my brain consciously to not say, but that I've been always saying my whole life.
I will say that, but I will say this. Mulatto is not a word that I've used my entire life, so it's not something that I think of when I.
It's something that people have called me my entire life, and I didn't know it was to be.
I never knew it was a slur until like
mulatto. I've had that as a username.
I thought that was like the fucking the name of what you say. Like that's like the name of the people. Like,
I thought that was
mulatto.
Accurate.
I thought that it was okay. Like exactly.
You didn't know.
And I thought that mixed was a slur because like a dog is mixed. You know what I'm saying? A person is biracial. A dog is mixed.
Well,
but somebody when somebody say you mixed breed, it is kind of disrespectful.
That's what I'm saying. So like that's mixed.
I don't take disrespect to mulatto though, and that's just how I've been. I
didn't know because that's not my experience. You know what I'm saying?
Mixed
So I don't know.
can be disrespectful.
I don't know. Somebody I'm a Jewish person. A Jewish person told me that the word like Jew is a slur. Like that's supposed to be like Jewish or Hebrew. I guess is the name that they go by.
No,
like,
seriously.
So
the Jews, you can't just say that shit.
I didn't know that though. Like,
yeah.
People say the blacks all the time. They don't say the African Americans. People say the blacks all the time. What are you talking about? People on CNN. People say turn on right now. So the black vote. They say the black
people. This country was built off the black people, and they still don't give a fuck.
They don't give a fuck. But that's okay.
Nonetheless, going back to the original.
Danny Lay. I just feel like
the song
wasn't good.
The song was definitely trash.
Tell them what happened today, Shay, that you saw about Danny Lee and debating. Come on, track with me.
Oh, they broke up.
Oh yeah, it's a split. Y'all.
Oh yeah.
These fucking endless mimosas at headquarters. Beep beep.
Shout out Kevin.
We blinking them out too, Kevin.
Shout out Kevin. Why you want to blink him out? Shout out Kevin out Old Town. At the brunch spot.
Thank you, Kevin. Appreciate you.
Okay, they got us
brunch
lit.
Powered by headquarters.
The baby
Danny
Lay. I think Danny Lay's song and lyrics were an attack at the baby's baby mom, and so that's what I was saying. Like, you know, I think she didn't think that all the way through. She was previewing the song on TikTok. She never actually dropped it. That's why we can't find it anywhere. Okay, she previewed the song on TikTok, and it was just her bouncing around.
That's exactly what I
wig.
just. Yeah, that's what I.
Yes, and it was like the caption was "light skin is what he want" or "yellow bone is what he want," and the baby commented underneath with a bunch of yellow hand emojis, Simpson emojis is what I like to call them, and a bunch of like strong arms and peace signs and thumbs up and okays. And the motherfucking Simpson emoji, yeah, y'all Simpsons, no top lip, no top lip. Sorry. Moving on. My people's like that too. It is what it is.
Speaking of bitches this caught up in light skin, let's talk about T.I. and Tiny.
Okay, so wait. Can y'all give me the tea? Because I only was halfway paying attention to that.
Alright, so Trouble Man and Tiny.
Trouble Man 31.
Allegedly, somebody came out, one of Tiny's old friends from way back in the day.
Damn, her old friends always coming out with some bullshit. Why would you ever friends with these bitches? Like,
talk about it.
Damn, they can't keep your... That's a pet peeve. If I ever stop being friends with you, you better not never tell none of my motherfucking dirty
Hold on, let's Stevie tell it. Let's Stevie tell it. What is
that T.I. put a gun to her head in front of her son and said, "I'll kill you," small shit, whatever like that. And then after she posted that, Tiny came out and denied it, said, "Bitch, you crazy, go away, leave us alone," whatever the case is like that. And then people, anonymous, well, not anonymous to her, but people was in her inbox saying like, "Oh, like T.I. pressured me to have sex one time. He drugged me and my friends. He was forcing weed and whatever drugs and alcohol down our throat.
They have sex with underage.
They have sex with underage girls. They do threesomes. They do shit like that."
Well, Rob Kardashian definitely said they was doing threesomes with Blac Chyna, so we already knew they was out here doing threesomes. Which is your business if y'all married, that's what y'all want to do, but... Look, it seems like the rest of that shit, there was also... Look.
The pressure and the drugging, that part I can't...
I did see that.
Shekinah came out. I'm sorry, Shekinah.
And I love me some Shekinah.
I love Shekinah. Shekinah came out and made a live and said that this woman was Tamika's friend for a long time and really have a thing for Tamika. She have a thing for women. And that she been fucking Tamika and fucking T.I. already. And things went sour. She said basically that this woman, Sandra is her name. Sandra.
I don't want to call names, but go ahead.
Okay, but it's on the internet.
I mean,
no, you're right. I mean,
but Sandra, I can't remember her last name, but Sandra was the one who been going and recruiting bitches for them, and that they do have these women take ecstasy. Not that they're forcing ecstasy, but that they prefer the women that are gonna have sex with them to be high off ecstasy. And Shekinah basically went on to say that this woman has threatened her because she felt jealous of her and Tiny's relationship, and she went on to threaten her, and she said she was, you know, if you guys watch any of these reality shows with T.I., Tiny, The Family Hustle, whatever, Shekinah does not fight.
No.
She lives in Atlanta, whatever. She basically was like, she was scared to walk around Atlanta in her hometown because Sandra was bullying her, and that Sandra bullies
And you know what?
people.
She did go underground for a little bit.
Shekinah.
Yeah, she
Yeah,
did. She
and-
got off the Family House, and I was always wondering about that.
I think she got her body done too. But
she did.
No
she
shade.
She said that. She said that before.
You took some time for that, but I also think there were some personal things. She was going through things with also Akbar V from Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, because
I like
they
Akbar
shared a nigga or whatever. There was some drama with that.
I like Art Barbie.
Akbar is looking real good right
She
now.
looks great.
She looks bomb.
Art Bar's music is not bad either.
It's not bad.
It's
The
not
bars
bad.
are there. The cadence is not all the way there yet, but the bars are there.
I like her. I enjoy her. I like her little personality. She's
A
funny.
flow is necessary.
I like the way she
Steady
had.
flow.
I like when she had cussed that little boy out. That shit was funny.
But my point in all that was that
She
Shekinah
cussed that boy out.
was
Put
basically
Instagram
saying
back
that this woman really wants Tiny, and after she accused T.I. of putting a gun to her head, she then pointed the gun towards Tiny and said the same thing about Tiny right after. So
it sounds like mess.
it sounded like, yes, personal
It's messy,
drama
but at the
that's
end of the
seeping
day,
over.
I do think it's some truth to it because
For sure.
of what the girl said and then what the anonymous people said too. Because she had screenshots of like the messages that were in her inbox, like screenshots and all type of shit like that, where it's like, okay, could you have made some fake accounts and decided to write some shit out and send it to yourself and then screenshot it from the other account? I guess you could have done all of those things, but I personally, and this is another thing, and even, you know, I'm a church kid at heart. Even the Bible says this: if 2 or 3 people come and say the same thing about you and they don't know each other, that means there must be some truth to it. So people, 2,000 years ago, people knew that must have been the truth.
Right.
So like at the end of the day, I personally think that they're doing some weird, some crazy shit. And don't get me wrong, we're grown, consenting adults doing their bedroom is their business. You know what I'm saying? The marriage bed is undefiled. Y'all can do what y'all want to do. You know, but at the end of the day, that forcing people shit and like trying to pressure people to do stuff like take ecstasy.
Agreed.
Bitches will fuck you and they don't give a fuck about no ecstasy. Like, bitches just fuck you sober. Like, you know what I'm saying? People just want to say that they did something.
I think it's more. I think it's more with the ecstasy. I think it's more of the chemical reaction it has when you have.
Exactly, and it
You want to
lowers
be
inhibitions.
touched. Yes.
Exactly, lowers inhibitions. I mean, you know, depending on what experiences you ever had in your life, you might know what ecstasy is like. But nonetheless, that to the left of all of that is you don't have to, you know, you don't have to force somebody to press somebody. If somebody says no means no, just as a man, just in general. But
and
like,
that's the thing. The way that everything was worded was like the underage thing is the most alarming thing that I heard out of this T.I. Tiny thing. I hope that's not the case because how T.I. is with his daughter.
And that's why he's like.
I think that's why he's like that.
I'm gonna give you my opinion. I believe that's why he's like that because he knows what time it is out here in these streets.
Well, isn't that
that's why you checking on your daughter's fucking virginity and shit like that?
But isn't that why not all men, but isn't that why all men are like overprotective to a certain point when they have daughters because they know what men are out here doing and what they're like and they want to protect them from that. And I feel like y'all can't get mad. Although some things are taken to an extreme, you really can't get upset with this man for trying to shield his daughter from that.
When you talk about overprotective, you have to quantify it. I think, I mean, overprotective is one thing, but another thing is to take your daughter to the gynecologist and say, "I want to see if her hymen is intact."
Now that's too far.
Invasive. That's a whole
that
level.
Is too far.
That's about you. That's not about her. That's about you. That's not about her.
But
that's
also,
about you.
I would never.
That's some shit. That's because of some shit that you've done because it's your
what you're doing and what you're into is women.
So you're telling her so. Now, the next level of that is people are now going back and they're saying, I don't know if you remember Real Housewives of Atlanta with Phaedra and shit like that.
Yes, I do.
But they're saying that that's what Phaedra was talking about when she said that somebody told her that a member of Escape was drugging bitches, taking her back to a sex lair, pressuring bitches to fuck, getting them high and shit like that. And she thought that it was Candy because they were on the same show, that it was actually Tiny. is what was alleged. Allegedly.
Well, we
Allegedly.
finna see how the rest of that is gonna play out because baby,
the
that
next
sounds
season
messy.
is here. I mean, but Candy was. I don't believe that Candy would have to do that.
Candy doesn't even
She's
drink.
so open and free.
Candy doesn't even drink alcohol, so
She's
I know that she's
not
not drugging
getting
bitches.
high.
I know she's not doing drugs.
And
Candy
she's
doesn't even
open
drink
about her
alcohol.
sexuality.
So, like,
everything has been out for display. And with Tiny and T.I., nothing personal about sex.
None of that.
Really
all
out
them fucking nasty ass kids, all of that shit. So like.
Oh yeah, yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And I just feel like Tiny and T.I. have been hiding behind a facade. T.I. is very good at showing you and showing the people and looking and appearing a way. It's almost like politics. How celebrities move on social media these days.
No question.
So to see T.I. always advocating, he's an advocator. He is a protester. He is always fighting for rights. And then when that shit came out about his daughter, he cleaned that up, smoothed that up. He have a podcast where he can just kind of say his piece. And, his fans are going to rock with him. That's cool. But my gut feeling tells me that the reason why him and Tiny was having issues have a lot to do with their sexual activity. And it have a lot to do why you was trying to check your daughter Hyman. About your sexual
and why you
activity
thought that it was okay not to just check it,
doors.
but to broadcast it on the radio to let everybody know that that's what you do because you think that that's okay to do.
Because you think that's what everybody else is doing. What the fuck you're doing, which is fucking with bitches that age and people your age
precisely
in
yourself.
the industry
You're
are probably
projecting,
naturally fucking with naturally fucking with people that age, younger girls. So we need to check that shit and just keep our eye. That all that shit has died down. This has been like a week almost since it has happened, and we really haven't heard anything else. They really Beyonce, Jay-Z that shit, if you ask me. Okay, then niggas got money.
I feel like
he got movie money.
But here's the thing: you can't get are you upset that Beyonce and Jay-Z did and try to get it out of the media?
Yeah, I don't think Beyonce and Jay-Z are fucking underage girls. So I'm cool.
That's also a rumor.
I'm cool.
That's been a running rumor for a long. Well, not her, but him.
You need to be careful.
I'm not. Allegedly, it's been a rumor.
Allegedly, I don't believe it.
I don't believe it. I definitely don't believe the Beyonce.
I believe T.I. and Tiny are doing
Let me clean that up.
Deviant sexual activity.
Hold on, let me clean that up.
And that's also been alleged.
Hold on, let me clean that up. So they were not allegedly fucking young girls. The rumor is not that. The rumor is that they were on the what is that man who killed himself because they were on Epstein. They were on Epstein's flight logs.
Yes.
And so from that came the rumor that they were a part of that little ring Jeffrey Epstein had.
I agree with that.
Now I don't think that there's any truth to that because rich people always hang out with other rich people. So could they have been on the flight logs? Probably. But is it because they were a part of that shit? Probably not.
It probably was good for business.
It's right. It's probably a business
but
thing.
If you were Epstein, I'm not gonna, even if that's what I'm doing and I have people come to my private island shit like that, I'm not gonna let the people know that. I'm not gonna let people know that that's what I'm getting into unless I know that they're also getting into that. And I personally, I don't believe that's what Beyonce's into. So I don't believe that that's something that Epstein would have said in front of her and let her know anything like that. And because of that, now I don't know what Jay-Z may have known or whatever the case is. I don't know what Beyonce.
I don't think Jay-Z is with that because keep in mind Jay-Z had a whole tour with R. Kelly that randomly out of nowhere just poof disappeared out of thin air after one date. And so from there, the rumor is that Jay-Z essentially saw what time it was and cut that shit, cut the whole album. There was no promo after that album. There was no more promo from the tour. All those dates were canceled. So I don't believe that they were a part of any of that. But people say whatever the fuck they want, and I cannot be upset with them for trying to clean that shit and put it up the rug. Because how many other celebrities try to clean that shit up and sweep that shit under the rug?
But if you're
gonna come out,
Epstein also was trying to clean and sweep under the rug.
His shit was
so
too
there
late.
Are some good and some bad who are doing the same thing.
Shit was too late. He was
too dirty, and
it was too much proof.
Yeah.
It was way
right now. T.I. and Tiny is so much.
It's just accusations
theory
right now.
Right.
Yeah, it's just theory.
Nothing concrete, and that's okay to sweep that under the rug. But what I'm saying is, let's keep our eye on that because my gut truly tells me that there's something more with that. I'm not gonna lie.
Beyonce and Jay-Z have done nothing wrong. They're amazing.
They're amazing. They're goals.
They are. Speaking of amazing black.
I mean, he cheated on Beyonce and had a threesome.
Fo.
But at the end of the day,
Speaking of amazing black people,
Cicely Tyson.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace
to the legend that is Cicely Tyson, who lived such a long life, like a beautiful one.
96 years, opened the doors,
giving
for so
us
people.
nothing
Opened
but
the doors
grace.
for Halle Berry. Opened the doors for
every black
Viola
actress.
Davis.
Yes.
Opened the door for
Every black
Yes.
actress.
What was
we've
the
ever
actress
seen.
that they were saying? Sorry, that they were saying that should play her if they make a biopic.
Oh,
She's from,
talking about
Diary.
Kimberly Elise.
Oh
Kimberly
yeah,
Elise.
I love me some Kimberly.
Open the
Elise.
doors.
Set it
for
off,
Kimberly
honey.
Elise.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, no. So
I'm
rest
here
in
for
peace
that.
to Cicely Tyson
Yeah.
because I mean, the legend, the black legend that she is, she deserves all
The
her roses, and I'm glad that we were able to
Cicely
give them
Tyson.
to her while she was here.
Yes.
And I'm glad that she
You
lived as
know.
long as she did. And
Yes.
it was just
Married to
tragic
Miles
about it.
Davis.
You know what I'm saying?
Cicely Tyson was bad back in the day. She was still serving us looks at 90 plus.
Yes.
Come on, sis. I'm
Yes.
with it. I love you.
Her
Thank you
wigs
so
was sitting
much.
over, sitting over a lot of bitches' wigs that I've seen in these day and ages. I'm not gonna lie
Still
to you.
to this day.
I'm not gonna lie
to
to
this
you.
day. So rest in peace to her.
To this
Yes.
day.
That's beautiful.
Who's next in the docket?
I think we had let's see, we had Tiny T.I. We had Danny Lay.
We talked about it.
Lord. We talked about hotels.
All right, so Wendy Williams, her documentary and her movie came out.
It was her and Kevin's movie, but okay.
It was
Give
definitely
it to
her
me.
movie.
It didn't tell me anything about.
Nothing.
I mean, it did. It told me about her. It told me about the shit we already knew. And in true Wendy fashion, that's what I expected. I wasn't expecting to find out anything else that I did not already know.
I
She
didn't know
just
about
gave
them
us
about them
details.
babies, about them 5-month miscarriages.
I didn't know
I
about
had
that
no
either.
idea
Oh,
about
I didn't
all
know.
of that.
So she did give us more details into the bigger issue that we saw
Between
with
her and Kevin.
right? But she didn't give us more details about her actual life outside of what we already, the bigger things that we already knew. We knew that she was hooked to drugs. We saw Kevin and her play out on the media.
I didn't know that the side joint was only a few miles away from from her.
I knew that.
Wendy's house.
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that he was with that bitch for like 16 years, like a long.
It started
fucking time.
seeping out over the last few years.
I did not know that it was like that long that he had been with her. I didn't know that
Wendy
he had
was
basically
cool with it.
bought a house with the bitch. Like I didn't know.
Wendy
I didn't know any of
knew
that.
everything as well along the
Don't
way.
say she knew. I feel like she had an idea.
Okay, you had a strong inkling, and you call it what
She
you
knew
want.
what time it was. I believe that she knew what time it was as far as like
Her
that he
gut
had
told
other
her
women.
what the fuck was up.
At the end of the day, as a
Yeah, but
woman,
she
I feel
didn't
like
go
you know
digging
stuff like
enough.
that.
She didn't go listen. She didn't listen.
No,
to
it's
her.
not about the digging. It's about the fact that you know that you and your husband are very powerful people, and there are going to be women that throw themselves on him. She always said that I can forgive a affair, I can't forgive an affair with a baby, and that is the part that I believe made her want to file for divorce because it's like, well, now you got now you're doing a lot. Like, you're bringing somebody to the family. It's a lot.
Right, and it's very rare that people can. Between you and I as women, if your husband came home, had an affair, then had a baby with, would you stay?
You can forgive the affair after 20 years. You can't forgive the baby. That's the whole nother level.
I'm not staying with you if you have no baby on
you
me.
can never say
I
never.
can. I absolutely can. I'm not staying with you if you have a baby on me.
I don't think that you've had enough experiences with different men. I think that you have
think that
limited
you
experiences.
Don't know enough about my experiences with men to
Maybe.
say that.
But I say this. I don't never say never. I would like to think that I'm above that.
I'm
Where
not
I
about
wouldn't
having
deal
a baby
with that.
on me because that's a piece of you I cannot take.
If
I
we're
cannot take that away.
married,
Not that I can't take,
say
but
what I would do.
not that I can't take, but that's a piece of you that I'll never have.
If you have a vow under God to be committed
for
through
the rest of your life.
for
Then you
everything,
should have never
I
had a
take
baby on
better
me.
and worse.
through thick and through thin.
You should have never had a
Sickness
baby
and
on me.
health.
Don't preach that shit to me.
I'm just
You
saying
got-
how
no,
I
get
did
it. I get
That's
exactly
how
what
I'm
you're
saying
saying.
how
Like,
I
You
would
should
do.
have. If that was our
original sin
vow,
is with him, 100%.
don't ever
But then
come
you-
to me with that bullshit.
But then
I
you're gonna
love
tear your
children.
family apart.
You already
because of
I
torn
love
apart. 'Cause how do
children.
I explain that shit to my kids?
It is what it is. Part of life.
You know what I'm
What type of
saying?
example is
Okay,
that
we're
for
not
my
just gonna act like
child?
everybody's grandma didn't deal with that shit. Like
No, I have family members that had kids
My
outside of their
father
marriage as well.
had a
Exactly.
baby before all me and my brothers.
That's not the same thing.
I'm saying we didn't find out till way later about certain things, and if we had known in real time, would it be any different? And back then, no. I think my mother
And if a
his
nigga saying, "I wanna
ex-wife
stay
and
with
people
you,"
would have dealt And they did deal. And I
100%
feel
they
that
did.
marriage
situation
makes
is
it
not
different
similar.
than being bunned up. And
Marriage
I've never
is
been
different.
that.
I'm
It's
gonna
not
let you know.
that your situation is not similar to this Kevin situation. It's just not.
I'm just saying she knew this whole time. If you knew this nigga, you had an inkling. Whatever you felt in your gut this whole time, if he have a baby at the end of
And
it,
he had
you're gonna
multiple
leave
affairs
now?
over the time.
You're gonna leave now?
Yes.
What's the point?
Yes.
What's the
because
point?
you-
He
now you're
been in
bringing
love with
else's
somebody
kid.
else. What difference does it make that he had another baby? What did is it come out of your pocket? That's the only thing I could think that would
I'm probably
affect it.
gonna
I'm
leave
not
with
paying
it.
for your baby.
I'm not the. I'm
She
not
is,
the,
though.
I'm not the one. She is. She absolutely.
He has nothing without
She
her.
paid for his shit.
When
she
they
paid
divorced,
for the
he's
16-year
taking
affair.
some of that.
The side
Did
joint
she
is getting
not?
out of the car that basically she paid for,
They-
going into
they
the
have
home
joint
that he
income.
made off her back.
If she don't
Like,
love him no more, leave him. But if you still love that man and you were already dealing with this shit, I'm just telling you what I think. It's my personal opinion. Can I say that I would not deal with someone because they had a baby on me after marriage? After 16 years of marriage?
more than that.
More than that, I don't know
Say
what
20
I would.
years.
I might fucking stay and love that motherfucking baby. I don't know, and I can't say.
I respect the fuck out of that because it's like you can never say what you.
I
My cousin told me
can't
this.
say that.
You can never say what you're not gonna do.
It
You can
depends on
never
how
say what
open
you're not
this
gonna
nigga
do.
had you open enough to stay for 16 years plus
Nah,
through an
nothing.
affair.
Not for no.
And you
You're
already
open as
know.
not.
Not for no baby. We married it.
That nigga got dick of golden dick.
And then
He
you know,
gotta
and
have
then,
golden
and then you know
dick.
this on top of that, you can't give him another baby. You had 2
I'm not
miscarriages at
saying.
5 months.
I'm not-
He made 1 other kid,
Yeah.
whatever. You can't
I'm
give
not sure
him
that I
that
can
anyway.
deal with it either.
So, like, at the end of the
I
day,
don't
it's
know
like-
either way. I'm not saying
So
that I for sure
in
would
that
stay.
particular situation, in your situation, which is a particular situation, if you know you can't have a baby and he wants another baby, that's a conversation y'all have. Hey, are we gonna? What are we gonna do? Are
But
we
if
going
you
to? Are
know
gonna have
low key
another
that
blah,
he's
blah,
with
blah,
someone
blah,
else
blah.
every
We can
night.
buy a surrogate. We got money, whatever.
She
has
been
an
spending the night with
idea.
that bitch for years, night after night. She came out and there was rumors.
You're making it seem like, for the people who haven't watched the documentary, you're
Okay.
making it seem like she sat in the bed all night and just knew he was with another bitch. That's not what it was. She had an idea that her nigga was cheating on her. She didn't check up. She didn't get the facts.
But
she
like
tried to ask
3
her friends.
years
The
ago,
friends
it came
was
to the
mute.
public. Before this movie, when she passed out and did all that shit on her show,
She was
all
going
this
through
stuff
it
came to
as-
the public
Right,
that
but they-
this woman been living next door to her for 10
This was
plus
happening
years.
as she was
She
finding
knew.
out.
She fucking knew, Tony. There's no way. You don't have
They
that
agree.
gut. She fucking
She knew it was
knew.
if she didn't
She
know
was
she had
I'm
an
not
inkling.
deal.
disagreeing
She had an
that
inkling.
she
So
didn't
if you
have
knew
an
this whole
idea.
time, now you're gonna leave him now. I get why, but
Jay,
also
you're
I get if
doing
you
a lot.
stayed.
You're doing a lot right now.
I'm sorry.
So what I just have to tell you, because you're not like, you're trying to put it together like she knew. She knew like an inkling is in fact. It is
I
not.
understand
You
what
have
you're
an
If you don't
idea.
wanna go
You have to
investigate
go
it-
get- and she did it. She didn't.
That was
blame
her
for that.
choice.
So blame her for
That's
not
her
investigating what she thought was right. But don't blame her and say that she knew this nigga was cheating on her
Bitch,
the
she
whole
knew.
16
She
years.
fucking.
Blame
I'm
her
saying,
for not doing her due diligence.
if you don't want to
investigating
go
that
look, it's
situation.
because you don't want to
To
look
be
and
honest-
find it.
To be honest with me, if I were Wendy, I would have left when I found the bitch house and I spray painted the
You're
fucking
different
door.
than Wendy, and this is what I'm
Period.
saying.
That's what I'm saying.
If we're talking
I
about
wouldn't have stayed for
Wendy's
that. No,
situation,
not gonna disrespect me after 16,
you
17
might not
years like
stay.
that.
You
That's
might
crazy.
not have even stayed as
No.
long as you had the inkling for 10 plus years. You probably
I'm not
wouldn't have
having no
stayed through that.
inkling for 10 years, but
Exactly.
after the first couple weeks, I'm finna find some shit.
Let's say first
Bitch, you ever wait 10
5.
years, you gonna
Let's
work
say
for 5
first
weeks?
5 years. You
Okay.
would have left after 5 years of having an inkling that this nigga's spending the night somewhere else down the street.
If you put
You
a
know
bitch
he
in
got
a
another
house,
house.
you know he got another place
once
to
you put a
stay.
bitch in a
You
house,
don't go there to
You
see
know
what
that he
time it
wants a
is.
baby, and you
you
can't
put
give
a
him
bitch at a
everything.
house, you at home, you buy a
I'm
bitch a
not
home.
doing a lot. She did
You
a
buy
lot.
a bitch a home.
Wendy
That's
did
the
a
fuck
lot.
it. We don't have anything else
She's
to fucking
painting
discuss.
us. She's
When are you
painting
coming
him
to
as-
get your son to spend time with him? That's the only thing we have to discuss.
I
'Cause at
mean-
the very end of the day, you definitely could continue to be a dad.
But don't be
Can't
mad
be
at
my
me.
motherfucking
Don't be
husband.
upset with me
Period.
because I'm saying how Wendy tolerated this shit
I'm
for
upset
so
with
long.
you for making
She
it
did.
appear as if she
I'm
had
saying
in
if she
fact
tolerated
undoubtedly
in her
proved
But
situation,
let's
my
keep
shit
it
is
that that was
100.
continuing. When she
Yeah,
did
let's
have
keep
to
it
Don't be
100.
upset.
when she
She
did have
didn't
to
leave
prove
when
she addressed
when she
it.
thought about it because the kid was still in the house. Now that he's in college, now she feels like she can leave and go do her.
And
own
there are
Yes.
people who do that.
She stayed
there are
for
people
a
who do that
reason.
all
It
the
makes
time.
sense, and it
She
also
stayed for a reason.
for a look because she's in the public eye. It makes sense why she stayed and why she dealt, because she's talking shit about everybody else. She wants to keep her family more tight.
And that
get
makes sense too.
So also, I'm saying
he's your manager. He's also
why I'm staying with you
coming home to you
for 10 years.
It's not like he doesn't love you. He's just with somebody else too on the side.
Loves you
for
and
16 years. I mean, at the end of the day,
both.
we're not going to sit there and act like
some
we don't.
people cool with that. Wendy might
I know
be getting
plenty of
her
bitches that's been cool with that. Plenty of bitches that's been cool with that. Plenty.
And I'm not gonna say I'm above that or below it.
I'm talking about all age ranges, everything.
I can't say I would never do something.
Well, I'm gonna say I'm above it, and if ever there's
and I respect that.
I'm gonna say I'm above it.
It's above me now.
And if there's ever a shade, if there's ever a point in my life, because I don't not see us being friends ever again.
Ever.
If we're gonna be friends forever, bitch. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
You ever try to unfriend me? I'm gonna be at your mama house.
Ain't no unfriending.
Hi, bitch. You was blocked me, but now.
But we are different. Like I feel like
that person since you blocked me.
We are different in how we move, though, Tony. Right? Like you know me for 10, 15, 20 years.
But what I'm saying is, if I'm not that type of bitch, and if ever in the point that I am, hold me accountable and make me eat my words.
Okay.
Because I'm not that type of bitch.
I would never make.
There's no shade in loving a nigga so
God
much.
Forbid,
Or
and you
loving
decided
your
to stay
job.
because you were with somebody for 20 years, I would say, okay, bitch, that's your husband of 20 years.
That's
not
My mama gonna tell me get the fuck on.
Years.
That's what my mama gonna say.
But whatever he
Okay,
does,
that's my bitch's boyfriend of 60 years. She been dating him for 6 years, ain't making nothing but dick. Every other, he's not there on the weekends. He's not there on the holidays. He's with there whenever he wants to give you that time, and all you get is dick. And he comes home to me, to his family where he fucking lives, because he loves me and the family we've created together.
But that's
and
what
he
you
decided
said,
she wanted to stay.
and
I would say, okay, bitch,
and
then that's what you want to do.
She did say that she knew about. He had a penthouse that he would have parties at, and girls.
Exactly, and she knew what time it was.
That.
And she used to ask his friends about it.
She did not say blatantly.
And she used to ask his friends about it, and she was
yes,
saying,
I knew he was cheating this whole time, but she insinuated.
She said she used to ask his friends about it, and they would like, oh, like not
be
look her in the eye
mute,
and shit like
like
that.
niggas friends
Okay,
because
they
we
would
got
because
questions.
bitch,
The bitch plus one equals 2. If this
And she
nigga
not
got a
stupid.
penthouse and bitches and he's not home with you tonight,
Bye.
where the fuck you think this nigga
You
at?
think this bitch is playing Yahtzee
And then
with
you
his
let
friend?
him come back
Please.
for 10 plus years,
Please.
over a decade. You keep letting him come back. If you didn't expect the fucking baby from his side bitch, you're retarded.
I think
She knew. She was waiting for him to have a baby to
all right, so
leave.
now let me have devil's advocate.
I'm sorry.
Now let me have devil's advocate.
Go ahead.
To y'all point,
Okay.
so she knew, right?
She
so to
fucking
y'all
knew
point,
more
so
than-
she knew.
She
more than she
insinuated
told
that
us
she knew
on
but
the
she
internet. Cool. So she knew, right? Her decision not to have a baby because one, she talking about everybody else shit. She don't want her shit out. And people talk about her. Fair enough.
I don't see no wrong with it.
She's not a dumb woman. We saw that in the movie. She's a very smart girl. So boom, we know that. I don't call her girl. She's a very smart woman. She older than me, so you know that or whatever. Maybe her last straw was the ultimate form of disrespect, which is
The baby.
And I
and
That it was public.
that it was public, because keep in mind that shit was under wraps. Now she
For
didn't know
years.
about that baby. She didn't know that lady was pregnant. I think she saw it in the movie, or somebody told her, or she found out in the paper. The way she found out, the way that she found out,
she found out the way we found
and
out.
we found out the same thing. So to that point, Shay, you saying after
I
20
would have
years,
probably left him based on pride alone.
and I think that
I
is
would
why
have
Wendy
still
left him.
loved him
I
and
do
still
not think
wish that
she
shit wouldn't have
says
worked.
that.
And if it hadn't been public, I'd have probably
But she
dealt with
says
it.
that she still loves Kevin, but she is done being her kids are grown. She's not raising nobody else's kid, and I'm not mad at that.
But your point,
I'm not
your
mad
point
at that at all.
aggressively is that you wouldn't have even dealt with half of that. And my
No.
point, and I feel you.
Hell no.
So for him to get all the way to the point of a baby is extreme
If
for
I gotta
you.
spray paint a bitch,
I've been through some bullshit with niggas, and I've dealt with some
me
shit.
too, bitch. If I gotta spray paint a bitch,
And I didn't leave.
fucking garage door, bitch. I'm not spray painting shit.
But she ain't leave for
You're
that.
You're not.
At the end of the day, Kevin still
She
showed up
didn't
for her.
leave.
Kevin was
You're
still
not.
there, getting ready to knock them
And
total bitches out. Kevin was still there, managing her career. Kevin was still having her best interest at heart.
Convenience.
It's hard to
It's
leave.
comfortability. And what I said earlier.
You did say that.
Don't rest on that. It's more than just convenience. Don't rest on that.
It's
different when
comfortability.
you've never been loved and you find somebody who loves you in every which way that you need.
And
want
let's
to be
talk
loved.
about the
It's
actress
completely
that
different.
they got to play Wendy
I liked
because
her. I
that
think
bitch
she
was
did
way
great.
She did
prettier.
phenomenal.
She looked like Wendy now.
She was a great Wendy.
She looked like
She
Wendy
was
after
phenomenal.
plastic
But I feel like
surgery.
she did
No, I
Wendy's
think she
accent
Wendy-
correct.
before plastic
She did.
surgery.
Hell no. Wendy wasn't that correct. Wendy wasn't near that cute.
Have you looked up a picture of Wendy in the 90s?
Wendy was
She
cute.
was fine.
She was cute.
In the
I'm not
90s?
saying-
Absolutely.
She was cute.
was cute.
She was always
Uh,
champ as fuck.
No,
but
she was cute.
She was definitely. She was always
was-
champ as fuck. But like,
Yeah,
when
but
she
I
had,
think-
when she had
struggle
that-
I think
when
90s
she had that
Williams
lipo
looks
on
way
She
that
just
better.
look old now.
90s,
That's it.
90s Wendy looks way better than the Wendy we see.
100%. 100%.
90s Wendy. Okay, I'll give you that. I'll give you that. What
did.
I'm saying is
And I
that
think
I'm saying the actress that played her,
actress
I don't know her name because I want to give her
she
her
did a
roses.
great
But
job.
like,
She
she
did
did a great job. She got her movements. She got
looks
her
great in the
accent.
movie.
We
She
would
got
love-
everything about Wendy really correct, as far as close as it could be, really.
she did very well,
I like
and
Wendy
even
Williams.
her voiceover.
Even her
I've been a
voiceover,
Wendy
everything.
Williams fan for a very
She
long
did.
time.
She did a good job.
I
She did a
don't
good
want
job.
it to
I love me
come
some
off
Wendy.
like I'm not a Wendy Williams
I'm definitely
fan.
a Wendy fan. At the end of
She
the day,
gives it to
Wendy
you
is a
raw.
trailblazer. Wendy opened the door for people like me. Who
She's
had,
black
Look,
excellence.
Somebody said something.
Legend.
Somebody said something to me that hit the nail on the head
What?
about people, right? Don't get mad at a thing for doing what a thing does, period. That's exactly how I see Wendy. Don't get mad at Wendy for telling the tea because that's what Wendy is known to
But
do.
look, you
Tell
can't
the
get mad
motherfucking
at
tea.
Wendy for letting her in her relationship with Kevin because that's what this whole movie was about.
everybody has a blind spot.
The thing did its thing, and she let it do its thing, no matter how fucked up it was for so long that it was surprising to me that she left Kevin. Only reason I agreed for her to leave Kevin was because one, I'm not supporting any extra as if we're still together. And two, because it became so public, but it was very well known behind closed doors. I think she sugarcoated
So
it
was
on
the R. Kelly
Lifetime.
shit.
There's
And
no
then
way.
years
Yes,
later,
okay,
it
so
came
that's
out
what I'm saying.
later.
Exactly.
It's no
He's
way
being
that almost
prosecuted
20
now.
years
She
this
should
man
be-
could be with this woman and
Everybody
nobody
gotta have
know.
their day. Everybody gotta
Nobody
have their
fucking
day.
know. It's no way. Because I mean, what the fuck?
I
Like,
love Wendy. Let's
the
not
bitch is
end
living
it.
in a house that you bought. Like, even if she was like living in the condo, living in the house, whatever the fuck. Like, her family knows. People have to have known that. We might not have known, but
Yes.
people have known that. So what the fuck? Like,
Yes.
you know what I'm saying?
All right. Well, let's close out on Wendy. I think the movie was great. It was better than the Salt and Pepper movie. And I
100%,
was
definitely
tuned
better.
in 100%.
The movie and the documentary.
I didn't watch the documentary. I'm going to go
I
back
did
and
watch
watch
the
that
documentary.
this
Really?
weekend.
It was very good.
I watched it.
I know it was
good.
good. I know it was good, and that's definitely something I'm going to focus on this weekend. Let's do a closer topic and go ahead and get out of here.
What's that?
We're unfamiliar.
We're unfamiliar. What you talking about? Lil Uzi Vert diamond head ass?
Okay.
Lil Uzi, what the fuck is wrong with you? Why would you do that? Why would you ever?
Uzi has a $24 million diamond implanted in
That
his
then
forehead.
started bleeding in the middle of the fucking night, and he had to go get it removed.
Wait, I thought it was on. I thought I saw something on the
He's got
ground.
it patched up, sis.
Yeah, he's got it. There's
It's
healed
still
it a little
there.
bit. I think it
I
looks
thought
phenomenal.
we was
I
gonna
think it's
get
dumb
it
as fuck. but
Eat the
it
rich!
looks
Eat
good.
the fucking rich! Eat the rich! What the fuck? Why would you waste that money like that?
It's definitely tricky.
So if he
Eat
bought a
the
ring,
rich!
if he had bought a $24 million ring, would it
Eat
have been a
the
waste?
rich!
It's not really a waste, I don't think, personally.
Eat the
I
rich!
feel like
It's
do
not
what
a
you wanna
waste,
do. Do what
but
you wanna
that's
do.
the nigga.
That's really for big corporations, but nonetheless, because I mean, that's not
He
really
ain't got billions. The nigga put the
Right.
ring, the joint on layaway for 24 million. I ain't got 24 million, but he put it on layaway. It's not like he went in there and just balled out and fucking.
Not layaway
Sorry.
diamonds.
He did. He did. He was making payments
Well,
for
when
years.
diamonds,
He was making
don't fuck with me,
allegedly.
man.
These
Allegedly,
niggas
that's
don't
what I
never
heard.
talk about layaway in they raps. That's crazy.
Never.
Talk about it. I want the authentic rapper. Where y'all at?
You talking about layaway?
do you
and
know
raps.
what a blood diamond is?
Now that was a bloody diamond.
That was literally,
That was a bloody diamond.
But it's crazy because
Lil Uzi bloody diamond head ass.
I seen a post that said with the diamond in his forehead, a post and somebody retweeted and said, "This is the person that JT be tripping over." Let's just talk about weird
That's
niggas
a
to
fact.
close it out, Tony.
Niggas are weird. Y'all niggas do weird ass shit all the fucking time. And for the life of me, I cannot fathom why.
What do you mean?
Weird.
How do you mean? What do you
I'll
mean?
Weird.
explain to you off camera.
Weird.
But
No, explain to me now.
I cannot
Okay,
explain to you.
I'll explain to you in layman's terms.
Please, thank you.
If I don't respond, why are you still writing me?
Because you will respond.
Oh.
And that's my bet. My bet is that you will respond.
Weird. That shit is weird. bitches don't.
But you will respond, and you do.
Bitches don't move
niggas
like that.
are weird.
I don't do that shit, but people do it, and it's like.
And is it weird or not?
At the end of the day, people encourage persistence, and eventually, it may not be you, but bitches will respond.
Encouraging persistence.
Some bitches will respond.
We will be old.
If it didn't happen, if people didn't respond, nobody would do it. So eventually, bitches do respond. It may not be you.
What about the niggas that don't respond?
Niggas
Niggas that just email you, that just DM you for months and you never respond.
A
Okay.
year.
You think you're the only one that they DM you?
No.
They're not. It's called the law of large numbers.
But is it weird?
It's the law of large numbers.
I hate niggas are simple. Niggas are simple, and this is what I said earlier.
That's the thing about women. Women feel like pussy don't grow on
Why
trees.
the fuck?
It grows on
answer
trees.
the question.
One day.
It doesn't matter if you do it to one woman or 15. Is it weird or
This
not?
one, next 15.
It's gonna be weird to the whole 15
It depends
people that you do
on
it
your
to.
perspective. No, it's not weird to niggas. So what the fuck? So
niggas are weird.
We need
Bullshit.
to talk about how
Bullshit.
it is a little bit weird. It's like
We won't go into
persistence.
that.
Hold on.
Annoying is
Persistence
one thing.
can
Annoying
be
is one thing.
persistence
It might
can be
annoying.
confused.
That doesn't mean that it's weird.
No, it is weird because Stevie,
Okay.
let me say,
I don't do it.
if I
but
go
I'm saying.
out to
We
the
have
club,
to table this.
okay, but let me just give it 5 minutes. If I go to the club,
that type of time.
okay.
I'm already late.
All
I
right.
thought you didn't have to be there till 6 o'clock.
He was supposed to be over here an hour ago, but we were doing this, so.
I mean,
It's 4:45.
okay. Yeah, we just started at
15
4
minutes
o'clock.
is
I think
fine.
this
Get
shit.
some dick. So can we get the fuck?
Okay.
Okay, we'll just close it out. Let's just close
Do
it
it.
out.
No, say your statement.
I don't know. I
You're
mean,
right.
I just feel like I don't know. The energies. It's okay. We'll
fucked
close
it
it
up.
out. Let's close it out. It's
Women
okay.
think that because they don't like something or they don't do something that another bitch won't, and it's not the case.
It's just
You
weird
don't
that
like
you
when
guys
people
would
will still
play the
message
numbers
you.
game. My pussy is not up for the numbers game.
Okay,
Let's
so
just
you say.
Let me say.
say.
Stop fucking keep
You
writing
in
me.
the pussy
I
lotto.
keep ignoring you for a
You in
fucking
the pussy
reason.
lotto.
If this
Your
lonely
number
bitch,
will come up.
if this
you
lonely
might not
bitch
reply because you're
answered,
dealing with this nigga or that nigga.
It might be.
One
it is
lonely
bitches-
night.
No,
One
it's
lonely
women-
night, you will reply
it's
eventually.
No,
Watch what I'm
I
telling
do.
you.
That pussy lotto is real. It's women in the pussy lotto because look at Bobby Brown's wife. That bitch waited for years until he, boom.
okay,
Period.
look, all I'm saying is if you're gonna be persistent, it can come off as a like pressure.
Of course. Okay, so it can come out.
So
with
it's
pressure.
rapey.
Please.
If you were chilling with this nigga in person and he was
Now it's
this,
rapey.
let me
He
finish.
sent me too many
Can I
messages
finish?
on Facebook, so I fucked him, and now it's rape. Get
Whoa,
out
who
of here.
said anything about fucking?
What I'm saying is if I
I
have
let him eat it, so now it's rape.
Who said anything about eating?
Nah,
Who
well,
said
so
anything
why-
about us leaking
not
at
saying-
all?
How can it be rape?
it's rapey
Oh,
vibes.
that's
So
fair.
look,
That's fair.
I would never make.
What are we talking about here?
Let me
What?
finish. Can I
Go ahead.
finish?
I'm
You gotta
listening
be. You
to
gotta
this.
be really.
I'm trying to. If
Okay,
a nigga, no, look, if a nigga write me and I've been ignoring him for years, let's say he does this
Years
for 10
and weeks are not the same.
years.
Okay, so let's say years. Okay.
Years.
He's been messaging you for
Years I've got.
also
You
have to
never gave
understand-
him
I
time
never
of day.
responded.
You never
also
gave him
have
time of
maybe
day.
a thank you for happy birthday.
You have to understand that he does not know the backstory. So
Okay,
we're arguing a
I'm
moot
not
point.
saying just for you. I relate because
Oh.
I've had
But
this same
nobody knows the
Yeah.
backstory.
So somebody that I didn't even fuck or never had no relationship with, this nigga wishes he could be with me, right? And let's say for years I don't respond. Maybe a thank you on a happy birthday post, whatever, on Facebook. You know, the most unread message platform we have for social media. Okay. Let's say out of 10 bitches, he do this with 10 bitches, and all these other bitches might end up cracking and responding after a while. They may be lonely, desperate, depressed, have trauma, whatever
You might post a
reason
fire selfie.
where they are. Sure, I doubt it.
Alright, can I bring
I
another
doubt it.
scenario?
I doubt it.
Let
It
me-
literally is a crack because
You bought a
let
bin.
me-
You
I'm
bought a
vulnerable.
bin, so you
Let me
feel like
bring
it was a
another-
fire selfie.
let's
You
say if
bought
this
a
bitch
bin.
finally
Let me
So
do
you
bring
took a
crack.
fire
another
selfie.
let me bring another scenario into this. What if, since you think niggas are not weird, what if the nigga who's been writing you or DMing you used to date your friend? And what if now he's still writing and DMing you, even though you're still unresponsive and it's been years later? Is that not weird?
Okay. You can
Is that
say
weird?
you can say that it's weird, but I'm trying to tell you, it's another bitch
That is weird.
that looks at that like, oh, he really wants to deal with me. So now that I'm single, now that I have the time, now I'm gonna finally give him the time.
He's been on
and that's
her
what it leads to. Is what I'm trying to tell you.
I get it,
So
but
you
that
can say
numbers
it's
game
weird.
is what makes niggas
Okay.
rapey.
They
That's
be
what I
making it
said.
awkward sometimes.
Rapey.
It's
Okay.
too
Niggas
persistent.
be
Like,
weird.
damn, nigga.
Niggas be acting.
Niggas will be like,
niggas
I'ma
be
just
acting
fuck
crazy
with this
sometimes.
bitch. I'ma just fuck with this bitch if she say yes.
So we're
I don't
split.
care nothing else.
So this
if
is
she
a-
finally say yes, I don't even care. I don't care about nothing else.
So look,
So you
She
said
just
yes, so it's not
responds.
rape.
Okay, wait. So stop. Let's do this.
You said yes, so
We're
it's not rape.
Right, it's just
Okay.
rapey.
Unfamiliar friend.
I said rape-ish.
Unfamiliar.
All right.
Unfamiliar family.
All right.
So we're
That
gonna
was-
table this,
Y'all niggas
and we're
weird.
gonna take a poll, and when we
Persistence
come back,
Can be looked at as
we're
pressure.
going to read.
If I give it to you in
this
person,
poll.
that's persistent
If a
being
nigga don't have no
And
kind of
I
position over
tell
you.
the people what the fuck we're gonna do. for the
Okay,
next
go ahead.
podcast.
Go ahead, do that.
I'm gonna stop
We'll
y'all.
be back next week. Go ahead.
Debate.
I'm ready. Go ahead.
And we're gonna come back next week
We're
with the
gonna
rest
open.
of this poll. We're gonna open with this because we need your help. Unfamiliar family. We need your help. We need to know if niggas in your DM consistently for 6 months or more. I'll give you 6 months or more because I do understand that a couple of weeks it'd be wearing. Some people get worn down. So 6 months or more, they still in your DM repetitively. Hi, beautiful. You're so beautiful. How you doing? Hi, whatever the fuck. We want to know if it's just persistent or if it's
Like this one
rapey
dude
slash weird
a
slash
G name. I thought it was
If
my
it's that
G
deep,
friend
then fucking
name.
close your DMs and like make it so nobody can fucking message you. If it's that deep to where you feel like, oh,
Nobody's-
he
no-
messaged
Don't
you
message
too much.
me.
We
Don't
take-
message me.
Stop. We're tabling
Do
it.
not message
We're
me.
tabling it.
I'm out. It's rope talk. It's unfamiliar.
you.
Stop messaging me.
We need to go on live at
Fucking
some
shut
point and
up.
have this
Bitch, don't you
conversation.
that's why we trying to say goodbye.
Goodbye.
We need to
Goodbye.
definitely have
We're
a
ready to
live.
close it. Let's close
We
it,
need a
bitch.
live.
Let's go.
We need a
We're
live.
going
then.
to do this.
We need a live then.
I'm
If it's that
moody.
deep,
I'm
we need a
We're
live.
going to do this. We're going to talk about it next time. It is me, Tony Love.
It's me,
Nail
Stevie T.
alert, nail alert, nail alert. Find me on everything at nail alert.
Okay.
I'm sick of
Stevie
y'all.
T. It's me, Stevie
I
T.
love y'all,
Tell me
and I hate
love.
y'all weird niggas.
Oh God in heaven.